Hi, Mama. Can everybody hear me okay? Can you hear me okay? Can somebody confirm that they're hearing me speak, please? You can hear me, Cherry. Good. um, Basically, let me just log into my YouTube account. I don't think we should be getting that bat noise on the channel now. Let me just check. Okay, yeah, it appears to be working okay now. No bat noises. So how is everybody today? Yeah, I've been messing around with the settings on the sound and stuff. I've managed to silence that bloody video from doing the thunderclaps and the bats and stuff, so it just plays now without the sound on it. And I've managed to ramp up the sound of the mic a bit, so it should sound a bit better. So what's everybody up to then? Can't be arsed is chillaxing. Hi Sandra, have you heard about Sam from Life After Life? Apparently she's missing a kitten. Apparently he's been missing a couple of days now, I think. Now Mama apparently is still missing. She's panicking that he's jumped off the balcony, I think. No, I'm at home EVP, thankfully. Hang on, I'll turn the sound off on. Right, tell me if you can hear it now. The echo should have stopped now because I've just muted. I've just muted YouTube itself, so it shouldn't be echoing now. Yeah, I'd forgot to mute YouTube. Yeah, apparently people have been giving her a few suggestions, but I think she's a bit worried that the cat's jumped off the balcony. But I would have thought if that was the case, somebody would have mentioned it. I've no idea, Mama. I'm presuming it's only a young kitten because she said kitten, so I'm presuming it's only baby cat. You've got 12 cats, Mama. I used to have 4 cats and 4 was more than enough. Yeah, she does. She's got a dog as well, ain't she? She had pup. If I remember earlier in the year, she had puppies, didn't she? Hi, Jackie. Well, apparently, Mama, she lives on the 3rd floor in an apartment block, and this is what she's panicking about. Because I did say to her yesterday, check with the neighbours, but I think she has, and nobody's seen it. So I think she's worried he's, fallen 3 stories off a balcony. Yeah, I gotta be honest, I prefer my dogs to my cats nowadays. Cats are just too much hard work with the cleaning and cat litter and bleh, all that. Yeah, that's the problem, Mama. It's so easy to get sucked into having more and more and more. Um, I used to I used to work at a reptile shop, and obviously I'd got reptiles at home, and then people kept bringing them into the shop that need, no longer wanted or whatever, and I ended up literally with a room full devoted solely to reptiles, and it costs a fortune. Yeah, Mama, even a three-story fall, it's quite possible for a kitten to survive. So has anybody else got anything interesting they want to talk about, apart from Sam's poor cat? Mama, it don't matter how many times a day you clean litter trays out, it just seems to be a never-ending job. See, I used to have a Siamese cat, and hi Elizabeth, and people used to freak out the fact that I let Gizmo out, but he liked going out and he never went far. He'd be gone for the day and then he'd come back again. Me and Jace are in the process of deciding where we're going to go for Halloween. We might go and do an investigation somewhere localish, but as at this point we ain't decided exactly where. Well, I called him Gizmo Mama because he actually looked like Gizmo off the um, Gremlins movie, being a Siamese. Yeah, we are planning a few. We're going to start doing our lives now. The darker nights are coming in, and various areas are getting quieter. The problem, we tried to do a few over the summer, but we'd got that much noise pollution with them, and there was a lot of people hanging around. So I don't do them at night because it's night. I prefer them at night because there's more of a chance there's going to be less people around to disturb what you're doing. I ain't one of these people who believe you can only do investigations at night, because I think that's just total bullshit. I think you can do an investigation at any time of the day or night. A lot of people have got they've got preconceptions about the paranormal, and that it's all done in the dark, and you know people seem to, and this is, to be honest with you, this a lot of this is to do with the likes of Most Haunted and Ghost Adventures and all that kind of thing. People don't realise that paranormal investigation is not you turn up at a place and something happens. You can go months doing investigations and not find anything real. And that's why I've always said, if you've got these channels who week after week after week are constantly producing evidence, then there's something dubious going on. Elizabeth, most of the things that have happened in this house have happened during the day. It's very rare we get things happening in this house at night. My favourite past Halloween was probably when I lived back in the Midlands, and we did the Dudley Ghost Walk, which went to the Station Hotel and Dudley Castle and round the main town of Dudley. And it was a guided tour on all the various ghosts in the castle. The famous one at the Station Hotel, which was covered by Most Haunted. And then we got to eat an Halloween supper in the castle itself in Dudley. Exactly, Sandra. Me and Jace did a couple of investigations over the summer, where we picked absolutely nothing up, or very little. It just weren't worth making a video out of. So I'm just reading the chat. Just give me a second. What has been your favourite past Halloween? Oh, Jackie, yeah, mine across too much more. He's called. Oh, my dog's called Coco, Mama. Well, one of them. Cheers, Creepy. Thanks for the like. Yeah, but as I say, regarding actual paranormal investigation itself, the general public have got a very slanted view now on what paranormal investigation actually is and what happens on paranormal investigations. It's just become a little bit too commercialised, to be honest with you. I think it's less about the actual investigation now and more about the drama. Hello, Llama. Good morning. I did have a listen to your singing efforts this morning for about 10 seconds, I've got to be honest. So what's brought on the singing videos, Llama? I'm sure everybody will be interested to know this one. The Elvis impression was quite good, I've got to be honest. Exactly, Elizabeth. Ghosts aren't just glow-in-the-dark things that you only see once it gets dark. I've listened to no, I couldn't wade through all the nursery rhymes. I did listen to the bin bag one fully. I listened to your Elvis one. It was quite a good Elvis impression, I've got to be honest. It was quite funny. All my bin bags full and love me llama. No, I only listened to 10 seconds of the nursery rhyme one. I listened to the entire Elvis Presley one. Sandra, it's amazing how many people lately are getting spirit box responses with swearing in them. I've got to be honest, I very, very, very rarely get swearing when I do it. If you watch the likes of Mags from Paranormal People, it's constant on hers. They just love it. Yeah. Mags's streams on Paranormal People are highly entertaining if you like swearers. So I'll recommend anybody who likes the more foul-mouthed spirit go and watch Paranormal People's videos, because some of them are hilarious. I've got no reason to be scared of me, Elizabeth. Absolutely no reason to be scared of me. But yes, swearing has become a lot more commonplace on Spirit Box. And the good thing about over here in the UK is because they're not allowed to swear on the radio over here, it is more, it's better proof than people saying, oh, you're just hearing that off the radio. Well, if radio stations aren't broadcasting swear words, how the hell are they coming through? I can have my moments, believe me, Elizabeth. I have got a short fuse, but I do tend to be quite tolerant to most things. I'll listen to that later then, Paranormal Llama. Little Donkey. I thought you'd have changed it to Little Llama, to be honest with you. So what investigations have you been doing lately, Sandra? Have you just been doing Spirit Box stuff? To be honest with you, Elizabeth, you've got to show tolerance in this field because there's just so much stuff going on at the moment. Is you'd tear your hair out if you took it all to art. Have you been doing them in your own house, Sandra, or have you been doing them in other people's houses? Yeah, Llama, you wouldn't, Elizabeth, you wouldn't survive. You're right, honestly. But see, here I can't do many spirit box sessions here because basically I just get absolutely nothing through here. This house is like a spirit box dead zone. It literally is like a spirit box dead zone. I get very few stray radio signals come through at all, let alone anything else. This house is literally like a dead zone for the spirit box. That's why I prefer to take my spirit box out and away from the house. No idea why it's echoing, Cherry, because I've got YouTube muted, so there shouldn't be any feedback. Why it's echoing, I do not know. No, not using any reverb at all. I've no idea why the sound's gone funny. Has it cleared up now? Hi, Mags. I've just been advertising your channel, Mags, as the best swearing channel on the internet for paranormal swearing. I've no idea why it's echoing, guys. It shouldn't be. Because, like I say, there's no feedback at all. YouTube's muted, everything. Welcome back, Mama. Yeah, I've just been telling the Mags, because Sandra's just brought up that she's been getting a lot of swearing on the spirit box sessions, and I've just said, if anybody wants to see consistent swearing on spirit boxes, then your channel's the place to go and watch them. Yes, some of them are a little bit more than naughty, Mags. Some of them are quite close to the edge, shall we say. Hang on, let me mute it on a minute. Hang on a minute. Let me check. Right, I've now muted it. I've now muted it again. Is it still echoing? I've no idea what's causing it because I haven't actually touched anything. I haven't touched a thing. Let me unplug the mic and replug it back in. Give me a second. Hello, can everybody hear me okay? Am I still echoing? Yeah, I've just disconnected the mic and replugged it back in. Hopefully that might have fixed something. So Cherry's saying I sound like a robot. Mags is saying I sound okay. I've no idea why it's sounding a little off. Right. No idea what caused that, folks. Sorry. I've literally just unplugged the mic and plugged it back in. So some people are hearing me as a robot and other people are hearing me okay. That's a bit weird. That's okay then. Unfortunately, for those people hearing me like a robot, there's nothing else I can do. So are you in Ireland, Sharon? Sandra? It seems the majority of people seem to think he's sounding okay now. Oh, you're in the UK. Oh, I thought you were in Ireland. Sorry. Yeah, I'm Black Country Dalek. That'll make Jace happy because he's a big Doctor Who fan. Oh, you're in Ireland, Elizabeth. See, it's one place I would love to go into some investigations is over in Ireland. I would love to go over to Ireland and investigate over there because there's a lot of castles and stuff over there I'd like to do. Sam from Life Afterlife's really lucky. No problem, Lowlands. You have a good day. Yeah, there's some amazing areas in Ireland, Sandra. I'd love to investigate somewhere where there's supposedly a banshee or something. I've always been interested in that side of the Irish folklore. No, Llama, we don't want to play your songs. Hearing nursery rhymes once is enough. I want to know why you did Little Donkey and not Little Llama. Yeah, you're right there, can't be arsed. There's very few Scottish, you see very few Scottish investigators, and if you think about a lot of the distant Scottish past, and the fights that went on with the English, you'd think there'd be a lot more people doing stuff up there. But Scotland does seem to be a bit of a desert when it comes to paranormal investigation. Yeah, I'd heard about Leap Castle, Elizabeth. I hadn't heard about HMS Caroline. So what's the story with HMS Caroline? Well, could you imagine what it'd be like doing an investigation along Adrian's wall, Mags? Because surely there's got to be paranormal activity along there, residual if nothing else. Yeah, Leap Castle sounds amazing. I would love to go and visit Leap Castle. Yeah, it's a long walk, Cherry, but you've got the Roman connection there as well as everything else. So that's interesting, Mama. Anne Boleyn was your ancestor. Obviously, then she had a quickie before she lost her head. I'm going to have to look that up later, Elizabeth. I'll Google HMS Caroline later on and have a look at it. Afternoon Ghost. Well, Mags is obviously, if Mama's an ancestor, she obviously had a quickie before she lost her head. Got to continue the bloodline on. All right, she's an indirect ancestor. Yeah, some people are hearing me okay, Jim, and other people are saying I'm sounding a little bit robotic. But from what I can see, the sound and everything's set up okay. I don't know why it's doing it. I don't know whether I'd want to actually be related to royalty. It might be a bit of a dangerous thing having royal blood. Oh, Mags ain't that an image? Llama, be very careful which direction you take this question in. You know what he's like, Mama. He'll guide it in a way that shouldn't be if you let him. Well, when Camilla Parker Bowles' grandmother or something, a mistress of one of the royals. No, Lama, you're not only stating history, you want to take it in a particular direction. I think pretty much everybody on the channel knows how your mind works by now. Have I missed Elizabeth saying she's going? Is Elizabeth leaving? I didn't say she was. See her say she was going. I don't know if they're actually related, Llama, but I do know that one of her ancestors was a mistress of one of the royals. Well, it's right, Max. That is true. There is a lot of inbreeding in the royal family. That's. All right, Elizabeth. See you soon. Do I think the royal family is relevant in today's society? No, not really. I certainly don't think we should be financing them anymore, put it that way. I think, they have enough wealth now to be self supportive. They own enough castles and, Charles has got the Duchy of Cornwall. It ain't like they need anybody's money now to support them. I don't think we should get rid of the royals because they are good for tourism, but I don't think the country as a whole should be financing them anymore. And technically, if we all own the crown jewels, which is what they claim, I think you should be entitled to withdraw your share from the display if you want. I'm quite happy to go to the Tower of London and go and get my diamond or whatever it is I own. This is the problem, Sandra. That it ain't so much just the Queen, is it? It's all the princes and all their kids, and and then they're saying one thing and doing another. Yeah, Manx, I think we should all go and march on the Tower of London and demand our share of the crown jewels, to be honest with you. I'd go and ask for the Star of India, but I think she's giving it back, ain't she? Oh, definitely, Mama, especially what's going on at the moment. It's just, British politics has just gone beyond a joke now. I honestly think the only reason the Queen ain't died is because she's hoping Charles is going to beat her to it, and William can take the throne. I honestly believe that. I think she's just hanging on, hoping Charles will go first. To be honest with you, Mama, how old is she now? Is she 90 yet? Or in her 90s or close to it? It's got to be close to it now. Surely, she's going to get to the point where she physically can't do it anyway. I think both sides of the argument are now Mags. Well, I'd rather not have him as king, to be honest with you. But I'll tell you this, Mags. Now how old he is, he will take the throne. He won't abdicate for William because it's all he's ever wanted. Charles, no problem. Not shaking. It ain't a problem at all. I've only come on just to test a few settings and stuff, and they always end up turning into long chats. The thing is, Jim, if I don't know if you've ever watched any of the videos when they're live in Parliament, 9 times out of 10, there's hardly anybody in there. So, what are these people actually being paid for? The thing is, I highly doubt the Queen wants more control because with past history, you know, they'd be on, they'd be on limited time anyway before somebody decided they'd got to be gotten rid of. So I honestly don't think the royal family wants any more control than what they've got. I think they're just happy with raking the money in and being treated the way they are at the moment. The trouble is with British politics nowadays, there's no real difference between Conservatives and Labour. they're basically the same party. They seem to have the same opinions, same views, and Labour certainly doesn't represent the working classes anymore. Theresa May has a paranormal murking. Well, the thing is, Mama, they have got to have more concern about the country than politicians, because if you think about it, the monarchy is the representation of the country. If the country goes to pot, the monarchy's doomed. Simple as. That's very true, Mags. They swear loyalty to Queen and country, not to Parliament. The thing is, the reason the majority of these MPs do not want Brexit going through is because what they don't notify a lot of the public is nearly every one of them is on the board of directors of numerous companies that you know they're just like figureheads on director boards. If we change agreements with Europe, it's going to hit them in the pocket. That's why they're doing the best to keep us in. It's all about money. It always has been about money, and it always will be about money. There's no government in it, barring the likes of Winston Churchill in the war. I don't think there's ever been a country that there's ever been a government that truly cares more about the country than they do about money making. Good question, Jim. Who would be in charge under martial law? To be honest with you, I think ain't most of the royal family, haven't they got military titles? A lot of them. I know Prince Charles has, and Andrew, and I presume William has as well, and Harry. Of course they are, Mags. Of course they are, and they're obviously getting backhanders from Europe as well to drag it out as long as possible. There's a lot going on behind the scenes that people don't know about and will never know about. To be honest with you, Mama, it don't matter who you vote for nowadays. They all line their own pockets first. It's all they're interested in. It's all self-interest in Parliament. Same with the House of Lords. You know, why should the House of Lords have any political weight when they're not actually elected by the British public? They have no mandate from the public whatsoever. It's just a way to pat themselves on the back and to carry on doing what they're doing. One of the reasons I voted leave is immigration. Two of my children didn't have swimming lessons at primary school because the money for lessons we pay for an interpreter for Slovak kids. To be honest with you, can't be asked. I think a lot of the British public did vote on the immigration things. Where I live here in Rotherham, we do have a large immigrant population here, and it has caused a lot of social problems, without a doubt. A lot of social problems, and I'm not a racist or anything like that, but I do believe that we need to put the brakes on immigration. Hi, Blackwing Paranormal. Yeah, well, you're only down the road from me. Can't be arsed. I'm in Rotherham. Yeah, but the thing is, Jim, the House of Lords shouldn't be getting involved anyway because they are not elected by the British public. It's like an honorary thing they get after you know, they've been kicked out of Parliament by whoever. It's just a way for them to continue on without, without having to be elected. So does anybody know what any of the big paranormal channels have got planned for Halloween yet? Have any of them announced anything? Christ, Mama, I'd have kicked up a fuss over that. If that's threatening your health, I certainly would have kicked up. Well, we never know, Mama. Steve may do something on his own for Halloween. It may just do an Halloween Ouija brother special. Like I say, me and Jay ain't decided what we're going to do yet, but I would like to go somewhere for Halloween. But it's a choice of where to go. Yeah, I'm sure Steele'll do something. I'd have thought so anyway. See, the trouble is on YouTube. YouTube is it's like a gateway where most people find out about the paranormal, but it has its good and bad points. And personally, I think it's got to the point now where a lot of the bigger paranormal channels they're just trying to one up each other all the while, and it is getting more about the people than it is about the paranormal, which is sad, really, because it, it's one of the best platforms ever we could have used for paranormal investigation, but it seems to be going down the wrong road at the moment. Is he talking about moving there permanently, Sandra? Oh, I didn't realise that. I thought he was just going for a holiday. Where in America does he want to go to? Are Steve and Dave on speaking terms now? Are they okay again? Oh, is his girlfriend American, Sandra? I didn't realise that. Oh, good, my audio's gone back to normal. That's okay then. Yeah, well, this is exactly what I'm saying, Mum. It's paranormal channels on YouTube. It's getting too much about the people and not about very little about the people and very much about the people. Sorry, and very little about the paranormal. Yeah, but yeah, there is too much drama. You're right, Mama. There is way too much drama in the field at the moment, and it's been for some people, and unfortunately, a lot of the time, it's the people who are more well known. It's no longer about presenting the paranormal in an entertaining or an educational way. It's more about how much the actual channel makers can make off who's viewing them, if you know what I'm saying. It's getting very, very financial. And as soon as you bring money into anything, that's when the rot sets in. I haven't voted for I bet it's been 4 or 5 years since I voted Blackwing. And that's the best thing to do, Mags. That's the best thing to do. Just do your own thing. A lot of things that have been cropping up lately I didn't even know about until people informed me of them. To be honest with you, can't be. I would actually say it's even higher than 75%. If you basically Google, if you go on YouTube now and you look at all the large channels on YouTube, you can't up how many of them are consistently just concentrating on the paranormal. And it's not more about them and their lives and what they're up to. Yeah, I did remind you a couple of weeks ago, Mags. I went through all mine and took a load off because they're simply not doing paranormal stuff. They're just, well, I don't know what they're doing. I don't know. I don't know what the angle is. I think some people have come to the point now where they just think YouTube's an avenue for making money off. Obviously we've got Halloween coming up, and most people will make an effort with that. But I don't. I think as we get towards Christmas again, it'll all drop off back to the drama. Have you got anything planned for Halloween, Mags? The thing is, Jim, I have got absolute, like I said on Eileen's channel this morning, I have got absolutely no problem with a channel receiving donations. Absolutely no problem with it at all. Because, going to locations, paying transport costs, buying equipment and stuff, it's bloody expensive. And it is expensive. It ain't a cheap hobby. What I have got a problem with is channels that where it becomes blatantly obvious, and we all know who they are, that their main motive for running that channel is to make money. Exactly, Jim. Exactly, Jim. You know who the people are because PayPal is every other is in every other sentence. It's all they're on about. If you want to do this, if you want to do that, oh, and my PayPal's address is here, and it's all the while, and using emotional blackmail, and it's all right saying, oh, people don't beg for money, but there are different ways of begging for money. You can ask for it directly, or you can go down the sympathy route and the face pulling and the tears and all of that to emotionally pull on people's heartstrings. You don't have to directly ask for money to manipulate people into giving you money. Exactly, Blackwing Paranormal. Exactly. I've said this on a live earlier on today. I've got no problem with these channels begging money, but rebrand yourself away from the paranormal. You know, put what you are. If you want to be a drama channel about what's going on in your life, well, make that the basis of your channel. Don't do it under the guise of being a paranormal channel. Exactly, can't be asked. Exactly. You know, I don't even ask for people to like videos or sub to me or anything like that, because I do things because I like the paranormal. If people like and sub, great. You know, it's a bonus, but I'm not doing this for likes and subs. It's an hobby. It's been an hobby since I was 12, 13 years old. You know, it's something I've been into for a long, long time. But the thing is, Mama, that is what the GoFundMe should be used for. It should be used for helping people do get things like scooters and stuff like that who genuinely cannot afford it. But when you've got people who are literally making what, one GoFundMe account a month campaign, you know, you've got to understand that it's gone beyond need and into greed. You know, and personally, I don't think asking £150 for a mobility scooter, which is something that's bloody useful, should be slated anyway. You know, when you're doing GoFundMe campaigns for £1,500 for a camera, so that you can do better filmed YouTube videos, then I'm sorry, you make do with what you got. And if you're so successful and you're doing so well and you've got job and like people claim, why the hell are you needing £1,500 off people to pay for your hobby? Well, that's interesting, Jim. I might have a look at that. But that's exactly what it is. Can't be asked. It's gone beyond need and into greed. Exactly, Sandra. It's a hobby. It's a hobby. And people who aren't doing it for a hobby are the universities, and the universities fund their stuff. If you're doing something for a hobby, you shouldn't be expecting other people to pay for your hobby. Well, the thing is, Mama, I've got a PSB 7, which I had to scrimp and save for. I've got a decent digital recorder because I don't believe in using cheap shit stuff that records in such bad quality that you can deliberately use it for pareidolia. You know, I've got the cheapest little camcorder I could get with night shot on it, and I think it cost me about £100. K2 mid. I've probably paid 500-600 quid in total for all my stuff, and I have scrimped and saved for it. You know, I don't feel the need to be using a £1,500 camera to go film paranormal stuff. There's no need for it. None whatsoever. And, it wouldn't be so bad if at the end of it, it was actually used for what it was claimed for. But when, you've got these repeated GoFundMe campaigns going on and there is never any proof of where that money has gone to, then things need sorting out. Yeah, I can believe it, Mama. It isn't cheap. Most hobbies ain't cheap. But people do them because they love them. They don't do hobbies to make money out of. Yeah, that is going to be a problem. You do have to be careful if if you're on benefits or anything. You can't be making money on the side. It's just too much of a risk. The thing is, Jackie, it's not a job. It's not a job. Ghost hunting is not a job. It's a bloody hobby when all is said and done. Certainly for the people who are on YouTube. Nikki, you can't type in caps on here because I've got my Streamlabs mod running and it actually stops um, uppercase typing, so you'll have to use normal lowercase. Yeah, I know, Chris. It automatically does it. I can't stop it. I'm gonna have to go into my CloudBot settings and turn it off. Hang on, I'll see if I can do it now. Just chat amongst yourselves while I quickly have a look at it. I'm just going to check my settings on Streamlabs. Oh, bloody hell, come on. Right, guys, I've turned that off now, so I don't know whether it'll allow you to type in caps or not now, or whether it'll have to wait till the next stream. Right, it's let me type in caps, so it shouldn't be a problem now. Sorry about that, Nikki. It wasn't me. It just Streamlabs automatically does it. Have I gone back to sounding robotic again? No, it's not a problem, Nikki. Yeah, it's okay now. Welcome anyway, Nikki. Sorry you got modded straight away. I might actually set a poll up on the Facebook group to to see whether people for Halloween whether people would rather we went back to Wombwell Woods or to Hoobastand. I might do that for Halloween, actually, thinking about it, because they've been my two favourite investigations. So I might do a vote on the chat. I might do a video on YouTube of which one but they'd like us to do a return to. So we'll either do Wombwell Woods or Hoobastand for Halloween. I can't jack. Well, I suppose the problem is because until you get 1,000 subs, you can't live stream directly from um, YouTube. But I might try and do it through the Streamlabs app on the phone. But I'm a bit iffy about the Streamlabs mobile app. It seems a little bit limited in um, function. But yeah, we may do it live if I can get the Streamlabs app on the phone working okay. Yeah, Cherry, I'll do a YouTube vote video. I'll get it set up on where we're gonna go. We'll put the option either Wombwell Woods or Uberstand. Yeah, I know you can do it through Streamlabs, Jim, but like I said, I just find the Streamlabs app on the phone a bit weird. Does StreamYard work okay on the phone, Chris? Do you know? I had a look at the desktop version of it after Mags mentioned it the other day, and it's quite a good app. But I certainly wouldn't be paying $20 a month for it at the moment because I don't think it's anywhere near feature complete enough to be paying $20 a month for. Have you tried StreamYard on the phone, Mags? Yeah, because to be honest with you, there's a lot going on that screen. And if you're doing it on the phone, it's probably going to be a little bit tiny and fiddly to use StreamYard on the phone. I've got a Samsung S9 which has got quite a big screen, but I think the StreamYards would still be a bit fiddly on it. Yeah, well, I was planning on doing sometime this week um, a live stream, a discussion, but and I was going to invite Mags and maybe somebody else onto it. Cheers, Jackie. Thanks for that. But I would have to use StreamYard for that because doing multiple sources through Streamlabs is a bit fiddly. You have to set up extra sources and stuff to come in. So you up for a paranormal chat later in the week, Mags? Cool. We'll get it sorted out later on then. No problem, Nikki. You have a good day. Okay, Sandra. You have a good day too. Okay, but I'm going myself shortly, to be honest with you. Like I say, this was literally set up to check whether this bloody video was working or not without the sound. Everybody who's leaving, have a good day. I think everybody's getting ready for the school run. Oh, Kaya's lying on the sofa at the moment, looks a bit like roadkill, as in a roadkill sleeping mode. So yeah, like I was saying, we will. I'll sort a video out for the weekend to get ready for Halloween, and I'll just put a poll up to see what everybody wants. I know which one I'd rather go to, but I'll let other people decide. Yeah, and mine, thankfully, Mags. Don't need to bother doing school runs or anything anymore, thank God. I will to be that you posted where. Where have you posted this clip? Is it on your channel, Will to be? I'll have a look. I'll have a look. Will, when I finish this stream, I'll go across and have a look. I'll certainly post a comment, and anybody else on here who wants to have a look. I will warn you though, Will, that there are quite a few, shall I say, skeptics on here at the moment who are quite prepared to give you their honest opinion. Just be prepared for it. How long is the clip? How long is the clip, Mags? Oh, I'll have a look now. I'll have a look now then. Give me a second. I've just had a look, Will. To be honest with you, I'd be more inclined to say it could be a bug or something walking across the screen, but that's just my opinion. I ain't saying it ain't paranormal, but for me, the most logical explanation for that would be an insect passing in front of the lens. See, the only problem with, quick clips like that is that it could be a myriad of things. It could, and it could quite well be paranormal. But to me, I always go with the most obvious first and then work backwards to the paranormal. I'd rather come from the perspective of it's got, I always come from the perspective that look for the logical explanations and the natural explanations before looking at the paranormal ones. Because if you start from the paranormal side of the spectrum, you're just going to convince yourself it's paranormal. To me, it looks like it may be some kind of insect just brushing the edge of the lens. But that isn't to say that's what it is. That's just what, personally, I would put it down to. I've no idea what's going on with this sound and why it's echoing. Has it stopped now? It may be because I've just opened another YouTube screen to look at Will's video. I've turned it off now. Yeah, you can Blackwing. You can. Oh, I don't know. I've no idea what's causing the echo. Sorry. Like I say, I ain't touching sound settings. But with clip, with anything, you can't say anything for sure unless you can physically prove something. It could be anything. Could be a myriad of things. See you in a bit, Jim. See, I would say probably 90, 97, 98% of what is put out on YouTube as paranormal evidence is either deliberate falsification or it is genuine misidentified stuff. It's called the paranormal for a reason. It's not that common. It may actually be pixelated, Mags, because it's literally, if it is a bug and it's right against the lens, I think security cams tend to have a longer focal length, so anything really close to it probably would look pixelated. That's what makes me think, because of how blurry it is, that it's something that's actually very close to the lens rather than further away. Is that what you think, Blackwing? Well, there have been, there are supposedly areas in the world where ghosts will appear with some regularity, so could be a possibility, Max. Yeah, it does to me as well, Blackwing. It looks like something's brushed against the lens, the very edge of the lens, probably, a fly or some kind of bug. I've seen videos on channels where they claim they're in graveyards and they're claiming that, oh, there's a spirit over there. And if you look, and you'll find with the majority of them, I've always said in this day and age, with the quality of audio and video equipment now, there is absolutely no excuse to have badly pixelated videos on your channel. And the only reason that people use low quality audio and low quality video is because they are prone to pareidolia. And they deliberately use pareidolia to suggest something's there when it isn't. And 9 times out of 10, these ghosts in graveyards and stuff, if you look close, you can actually see that they're tombstones. But because they're so badly pixelated and the recording quality is so bad, you can pass them off as anything. Yeah, it does move very insect-like. Hi, Andy. How's life with the Fae folk? They're always troublesome. Have you had any new visitors to the house lately, Andy? And guys, if anybody on here don't know who Andy is from Elemental Encounters. If you're interested in things like fairies, goblins, gnomes, Andy's channel is the place to go. He's got some really good evidence for you to look at if you're interested in that side of the paranormal. That's true, Blackwing. They do. The paranormal on YouTube is riddled with people who are deliberately faking. Oh, I'm looking forward to that then, Andy. It'll be interesting to watch. There are channels that I could name on here, and I'm not going to, who every single video on their channel you can tell is a fake. And I'm not going to name them, but I always say the warning signs of anybody putting evidence on YouTube at the moment is if it's very poor quality pixelated or very poor quality audio. There's normally a reason for that. Pareidolia, it's one of the easiest ways to fake evidence. if not the easiest way to fake evidence. I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing that, Andy. It'll be interesting to see who's turned up. Right, well, unfortunately, Andy, you've caught me at the end of the stream because I've got to go now. I will be back on later. Thanks for all coming in for the chat. It's been a nice chat again. Again, it wasn't meant to be this long. It literally was a 5-minute test again. But thank you for turning up and hope to see you all soon. And I'd just like to wish everybody a very nice day. Right, once again, thank you all for coming in, and speak to you all soon. Talk to you soon, folks. Bye.